So this week on the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast, we have Alex Potts, Jaimen Hume, Randy Bemis, Corey Cook, and our guest tonight has been a PDGA member since 2015 and signed up about 738 players after I did. He got his first PDGA victory last July at the Smash and Dash 501 Flex number 12 and followed it up with a win in November at the Hartford Greens Takeover, driven by Innova, both in the MA3 division. Last year, he began the DisCap Sunday Tag League, which is, as the name suggests, a tag league on Sundays, which moves around to local courses in the area each week. The league is back this year, so we'll be getting into more detail about that, including the schedule. Thanks for joining us tonight, MikeyBottlez, Mike Zanchelli.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I'm excited to be on.
Woo. Hi, Mike.
So my first question, as usual, how did you first discover disc golf?
About 2012, 2013, Harry Lehman, you all know Harry. We grew up together and we graduated
Jason's
together.
mechanic.
Yeah, right. I think he's everybody in DisCap's mechanic pretty much.
Yeah, not mine though.
So I started playing in like 2013, like I said, just casually, maybe once every few months. A bunch of us would go out and just play. He was obviously the best one and like really into everything. So 2014, I actually played my first tournament, which won't show up on the PDGA website because I did not have a PDGA number at the time. So my actual first tournament was the 2014 Play It Again Open. And I played MA3 and I came in 4th out of 11th. So I actually started before I actually got a PDGA number in 2015. The reason I got the number was Harry was like, come on, you should probably sign up for the PDGA, whether you play or not. And I'm like, nah, I just like kind of like to play it casually here and there. So then I broke down and I got it, and I'm actually pretty glad I did.
Because you have a lower number than most people these days?
Yeah, so that's the other funny thing too, is that like I'll go to a tournament and they'll see like I have a 5-digit PDGA number and they're like, oh, you must be really good. I'm like, well, newsflash, actually, I'm not. I only played once a year up until like 2022, I want to say. That's when I really started. The first tournament I actually played in competitively, I would say, that I actually really cared about it was the Wilcox Willow. So that was where I got my start. And it was the weekend of my birthday, and I was extremely hungover, and I played like crap. So
it's actually kind of impressive to see your PDGA page, and it says member since 2015, but literally the first round is in 2021.
Yeah.
The only time you ever see that is if someone like got a PDGA number out of the womb, and even then they still got their first tournament by the time they were age 5.
Yeah. So like, yes, I've been playing like I would say competitively for like 2.5 years, if you minus when I broke my leg, 6 months. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got my start. So we can thank Harry Lehman for that.
Well, didn't you also play with like a cast on your leg at Minekill one year?
Yeah, I played the Minekill Disc Golf Championship in a boot, actually. So Jason Lasasso was like, you're going to start on 13 both rounds. And I'm like, good, let's get it out of the way because that hole is just uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I make a lot of jokes that I donate to most events I go to, but you've literally donated to the PDGA for like 6 years without even taking any benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. Yep. I just, I'm glad he made me sign up and, get that under my belt and stuff because I'm pretty excited that, I have a lower PDGA number. I just wish my play kind of dictated that sometimes.
Corey, it sounds just jealous to me. I don't know.
I mean, kind of. Yeah. I wish I started playing back in 2013.
Yeah.
I was actually looking because I know I played It Again Open back in the day, but I guess it wasn't this one. You came in 4th. Did you mention that?
Yeah, I did. I actually cashed in my first. I was last cash. I got a $30 gift card to Play It Again Sports, which I used on site.
Nice. You remember what you got?
I do. I got a Star Roadrunner and a Destroyer, which I had no business to throw, nor do I still to this day. So.
Speaking of, do you remember your first disc?
I do. I bought 5 discs on Marshall Street back before they had the big store was out of his garage. So I bought a Rock, a Leopard, I think it was a Gator, an AVR, and I think it might have been a Sidewinder.
I used to throw a Gator. I might have to bring that back out. I think that would... sorry.
They make them in Halo now if you want to grab one of them. It's going to have Joel Freeman's name on it, but...
Did you see, Corey, I don't know, you're not on Skyland's page, are you?
I am.
Posted about a Halo Star Groove.
Yeah, that came out today. I think you tagged me in something. Jeff Wachowski sent it to me. I must have, a whole bunch of people did it. I'm like, I'm not throwing no freaking grooves. I already have a stack of Halo discs that I haven't thrown yet, but a groove was not on the list of one to acquire. My bag is I got the slots now. I got the discs I need.
The first disc you bought was a Destroyer, you said, right?
Well, it was one of them, yeah. I bought like 5 at a time. like to just kind of start. At that time, I was just using basically what Harry gave me. And I actually found the other day, I found one of the ones he gave me. He gave me an old Comet, which I found. So that might be worth something.
Who else played in this Play It Again Open?
I actually took a screenshot of it, but my division, I don't know if you would know any of them, but the top 3 were Joseph Ruggiero, Zach Reynolds, and Michael Delisle Sr.
Zach Reynolds? So does that name sound familiar?
Yeah, he's does a lot of work, I think, with like Stony Kill. I don't know if he's still around as much anymore, but the one that I know is Ryan Savage. He finished 9th.
Oh, the Savages? You mean the sponsors of Hole 25 at J Park, Mount Misery?
Yes. Yep.
I see Jess Lasasso, Mark Stryker, Braxton, Kevin Rounds.
Oh, Craig Cutler played in this one?
Yeah. And Sullivan, Jeff Sullivan, too. Won it, both of them. Greg Kurtz.
What year was this?
2014.
Oh, that was right before I started. Great. Yeah, Craig used to go up to a lot of the Play It Again Opens.
It's just funny because we joked about this before. Jason Lasasso wasn't even a propagator, was 946 rated. The dude has literally lived his life within like 30 rating points. From beginning to now.
So, Mike, what is your go-to course beverage?
Well, honestly, it's usually Gatorade. I don't really drink when I play. Here and there I'll have maybe a cider or something, but usually it's just Gatorade or water. I don't really drink on the course.
What is your go-to off-the-course beverage?
Rum and Coke, Captain and Coke, without a doubt.
All right, Corey, what do you got?
All right, Mike, this one should be pretty fresh in your mind. Played at Blatnick. You're
Really?
walking down hole 6 or whatever it happened on.
7.
7. You're walking down hole 7. You've been walking for like 35 years. You still haven't got the hang of it. You're carrying your disc golf bag. You fall. You break your leg. Long story short, you end up breaking your leg. You take the ambulance ride back home or back to the hospital.
Clearly, this is hypothetical, right?
Yeah, purely hypothetical. You have your bag with you still. They stitch you back up, or what do they do for a broken leg? Slap a splint on your...
2 surgeries.
Yeah, rub some dirt in it, tell you to walk it off. They give you all your belongings back. You don't bother to check anything. Buddy gives you a ride home. You realize that one of these nurses stole all your DX discs out of your bag, except for 3 of them. What are your 3 go-to discs?
Well, I don't bag any DX discs, but I will say that it would be a Leopard 3, it would be a Valkyrie, Halo Valkyrie, and it would probably be my Gator. Those would be my 3 go-to.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I like those 3 discs myself.
Yeah.
And what's your putting putter?
JK AVR.
No, I should have known that.
Yeah.
All right, so no brand loyalty at all.
No, that's funny. So I've been like strictly Innova forever, but I recently got sponsored by Hooligan Discs, so I've been throwing a couple of their molds. You only need to really bag like 20% of their lineup, which right now is like 2 discs. So I've been kind of fooling around with them, and also I've been putting with Pixels lately, which I'm really starting to like. So there's no real brand loyalty, I guess, anymore. It's just kind of what works for me. It's just honestly what I started with was Innova, so I've been just basically throwing that forever.
I guess when you start in 2013, you don't really have much of a choice.
That's true. That is very true.
So I have here you played 65 DisCap bag tag rounds in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
That's 9 more than Corey Cook.
Mm-hmm. I mean, probably like 47 of them were with him and Bickersmith. So
possibly.
And 12 less than last year's leader, Kevin Kroenke.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it about tags that made you want to start this league?
That's a good question. So there's a lot of different things going on in DisCap. You know, you got doubles leagues, you got singles leagues, you got pro leagues, you got all this stuff. A lot of people would always say, like, why isn't there something on Sunday, or why can't we make something on Sunday? And then just eventually I took the reins. I'm like, you know what, let's just do like a tag league. So I reached out to powers that be, you know, Kenji, Jeff, all them, and Mike Schwartz, and, you know, kind of asked their opinion. And they're like, yeah, you can absolutely run a DisCap tag league. And, you know, I just kind of took it and ran with it. It's just another outlet for people to play. A lot of people only have weekends off, and there's always, you know, people asking on the pages like, hey, who's doing a round or who's doing this? I figured this would just be a centralized place where everyone can go and check and maybe, you know, see who's playing, meet new people too. That's the main thing, is get people playing with other people that they normally wouldn't play with. Corey Cook.
I don't know what that means. I play everywhere. But it does kind of go back to what Jaimen was saying the other week, where like play with more people than just your friends. Meet people in tournaments.
Yep, I agree.
Get out of your comfort zone.
When did you first start the league?
It was like last year. I mean, if you want to say it's like really like a year and a half ago, but the actual league was last year. I would organize some tag matches and just, kind of go from there. I reached out to some of my sponsors to see if they would, donate some stuff, and all of them were more than happy to send me like a box of stuff. Disc Golf Broad 978, Cosmic at the time. They all sent me some stuff for the league, for CTPs and stuff. It's just more of a incentive for people to come out and, have a good time and just enjoy themselves, really.
So is this just like a show up league, or is there any kind of season long thing?
Actually, that you mention it, as of this year, actually, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be posted. But this year, we're going to actually do it a little bit different. This year, we're going to do like a points league with overall points leader, kind of like a doubles league, but singles. It's not a handicap league, so it's going to be, straight up scratch or whatever. The winner at the end of the season is going to get a Upper Park bag filled with a bunch of merch, discs, towels, stickers, minis, whatever they graciously send me. But like I said, another incentive for people to come out, have a good time. If you're not doing anything on a Sunday, we're going to alternate courses this year. I almost got every course in the schedule here represented in DisCap.
And what was the thought process around picking each course?
Obviously there's a lot of people up north, like Crandall area, Moreau, Jenkinsville, all that area. There's, people that are like, it's a little too far, which I get it. It's a ride, to come down to J Park, say, or something like that. But I just want to try to get as many new people to come out and have some fun and maybe meet some people. Like, there's a lot of people up north that I've never even met or heard of. I'd like to meet them. I'd like for more people to come. I'd like for them to meet people from down here and, vice versa. So that's kind of the thinking there.
As well as tournaments and such, correct?
Correct.
I was looking through it. Why isn't FDR or Warwick on here for me?
I mean, we can make one for you, Pat. I mean, you see there's some slots that are open. There's a gap. All of September's open, but that's basically because, you've got MVP at the end of the month and there's a lot of big tournaments in September. So I kind of try to leave that open. And if you see the notes that I sent you, it says it is slated to change if possible. So
yeah, that kind of thing. It could be weather related. It could be any number of things week to week, but it's good.
If you want to do one down to you, then let's do it. I'm down.
Oh no, I'm going to try to make at least a couple of these. I see J Park's on here.
Pat tried to make a joke. Now he's getting roped into something.
I see Wilcox. No, I was already looking at it for that. In fact, the first time I went through, I didn't see J Park, but I do see for the Jammer in June, it'll be a J Park South.
Yeah. I tried to base it around the DisCap, the tournament schedule as best I could. Some kind of overlapped. Like, as you can see for the Mind Kill dates, I didn't really do anything because there's a pro and an AM side. So I can't really do a Sunday Tag League, the Sunday of pros, the week before. So that's why I kind of skipped that. But
so this weekend is going to be at CTK?
Yeah, it's just to kind of help out, obviously maybe gravitate toward there because Jaimen's running his CTK Flex. So kind of want to see people come out there and support that. So it's basically all about supporting DisCap in the tournaments. Maybe it'll sway somebody who plays my tag league to sign up for the tournament if they like the course or just to get out there. Or if you are signed up for the tournament, it gives you a reason to get a practice round in before.
Jaimen, is it going to be up to snuff this weekend?
Oh, yeah. That's why I was late, because I was out there all day doing stuff. I needed to do a shower to get all the ticks off me. But yeah, so if you're going to that league or finals on Saturday, make sure you bring some permethrin. I'll have extra at finals, but it's tick season in the woods, and CTK is certainly in the woods, but couple little changes here and there on the course. So I think it's going to be looking really great for that league. I'm excited to have it there.
So another time you visited CTK, but didn't actually get to play the course.
Yep.
Oh, you're going to be all well rested prior to the CTK tournament where I got to play 3 rounds, hopefully at Maple Hill.
Hopefully just 2.
Okay.
We're going to win.
I'm being optimistic and hoping we play 3 rounds. Because I think 2 would be a bad thing.
Yeah, we're going to beat Daisy, and then we're going to beat Tank, and it's going to be fine.
Beat Tank.
You beat both of them. Don't you have to play a third?
No, we beat both.
If you
we
win
just
2,
go
you're
home
done.
and we just beat the undefeated team in the league.
So
it's
the
fine.
third match is just to determine who's the second team to move up?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not a numbers guy like Alex, but I think
No.
it's going to take 3 matches for us to move up.
I guess you can say it will probably take 3 matches.
Yeah.
After CTK, the next scheduled one is at Thatcher to prep for the Helderberg Championships. Is there going to be any kind of bonus for people who just throw bergs for a tag match?
No, it's just more of people to get out to Thatcher. I don't think a lot of people have played it, and I think it's a good idea that they're doing for that. So I've had a couple people ask if we had a tag match at Thatcher, and it just kind of fit in the schedule, and there just so happens to be a tournament there. So that kind of worked out.
Nice.
I got a sneak peek from Mark on the new holes and moving some stuff around on the front nine, and it's looking pretty sweet, actually. It's going to be a more like challenging course, in my opinion, but not like in a bad way, just like more variety, a little bit longer holes in the front nine,
Nice.
keeping us away from picnickers.
Heck yeah. So what's the structure of the league as far as, does it cost anything like that?
No, so since it's a DisCap league, obviously not for profit, so we don't do anything as far as like payouts. The only thing we have is just an optional $2 A's pot, and also I just, with the donations from the CTPs, depending on how many I get, I try to do 1 or 2 a week. As far as that goes, you don't have to have a tag to show up. I think that's the biggest misconception. You don't have to have a tag to come out and to play around. Like I said, I've met a lot of new people. There's been some people that actually have been from across the country that were in town playing that saw the event on UDisc and came out. So one day at SPW, this guy who was in town from Minnesota just showed up and played, and met him and had a good time.
Was his name Rob Quincy?
I don't remember it.
If you would have played with a legend, I would have been pissed I missed it.
It's just, like I said, another excuse for everyone to get out and have a good time. But no, there's no cost or anything like that. Just, optional $2 A spot. And obviously you don't even have to have a tag to get in the A spot. You just show up, pay your $2. If you hit an ace, you get the pot. No, I just hope to see a lot new faces this year. Like I said, with the schedule that I'll be releasing in a couple days, it's just
You mean
different
you released a couple days ago?
Yes, the schedule that has since been released.
Fun with that.
It really is. That's fine. But yes, I hope to see a lot of new faces.
Where did the MikeyBottlez name come from?
I knew that was coming. So back in the day, I'll be 40 actually at the end of May.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. But so back in my day, I used to, go out and stuff, and like I'm allergic to beer, which a lot of people know, but I usually drink just liquor. So I would go out and we would order like, I don't know, like a bottle of whatever. And so one day my buddy just said, "Hey, MikeyBottlez," and it kind of just stuck. And now everyone just calls me Bottles most of the time.
Who calls you Michael?
No one really calls me Michael. I get called by my actual first legal name, which is Adolorado, by my grandma if I'm in trouble. But other than that, it's just Mike.
Wait. What did you say your government name was?
My real name is Adolorado. Michael is my middle name.
The hell does that even mean? $1 a ride?
No, I don't know. It's Italian for something. I don't really know. You have to ask my grandmother.
Yeah, I would have figured your name was Mike Anthony.
No.
That explains the PayPal.
Yes.
Every time I'm like, wait, what was that? Oh, that's right. I forgot.
All right, Mike. So your car is not starting, and you have to run a tag league in 45 minutes. Who are the first 3 people you're calling to run that league?
Oh, your wife.
Yeah,
without
there
a number one. Evan Parsley and Ryan Yaddo. They have helped in the past. Yeah, those 3, without a doubt. Your wife steps up all the time. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be, a couple minutes late. I pull in and she's already got her pen and paper and just writing everyone's name down. I really appreciate that. So yes, those 3.
Mike, you're a sports guy, right?
I'm a huge New York Giants, New York Yankees, New York Rangers, New York Knicks. So all New York teams.
Not bad. 3 out of 4.
Yeah. So obviously some of those teams have been heartbreaking recently, but the Rangers, knock on wood and fingers crossed, they get it done this year. They always seem to get close, but just always break my heart.
Best record in the league.
Yep. President's Trophy, maybe. We'll see.
You said Yankees?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that doesn't sit right with me, but the other 3 are good.
I mean, you're always going to be the redheaded stepchild to the Yankees being a Mets fan.
No
That's
doubt.
fine. But no, it's like the Jets with the Giants. It is what it is. I don't hate Mets fans. I like the Mets. I have no problems with the Mets.
Is it a known thing up there? I know not all you guys follow sports, but the Yankees, Giants, Mets, Jets, is that more popular or?
Yeah, usually so. At least when I grew up, a lot of my friends that are Jets fans are Mets fans and vice versa. If you're a Yankees, you're a Giants fan. It's just kind of how it is. It's weird how it works, but I run into that more often than not.
I was wondering, because I'm Mets, Giants, but I was 10 years old in 86.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
So like when you're 9, 10 years old, you don't know what the heck you're thinking. You just know they won. So
yeah, I'm the same way. My grandfather, I remember in 90 when the Giants won, I was 6 years old. So.
And also my mom's a Yankee fan and my dad's a Brooklyn Dodger fan.
Oh,
So,
nice.
and Los Angeles. So I split the difference.
Yeah, makes sense. Hockey's my favorite to watch live. I went to the Stadium Series at MetLife, the Islanders against the Rangers. That was an experience.
The Stadium Series?
Yeah, that's when they were down like 4-1 and came back and won.
Oh, you mean series? Like, I thought you were talking about maybe the outdoor thing or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
what
that.
it is. Yep, it was
Oh,
at
it is?
MetLife. Yep, they had 2 games. They had the Flyers, Devils, and they had the Rangers, Islanders.
I think you said it was at MetLife and it just didn't trigger. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, and the temperature was fine, but it's so windy down there that it made it so cold. Just nonstop wind in that swamp.
You do kind of the gambling thing with that, right? The boxes and such.
Yeah, I do that, but I'm not really like a huge like gambler. Like I've been to the casino less than 5 times in my life.
That's interesting because that's what I would think. Like, because you're getting numbers each week in a lot of those, right? So it's a lot more. It's kind of like playing a lotto as opposed to sitting there figuring out, who's doing this and who's doing that and how to bet.
Yeah, I do like the March Madness and like I'll do like the Super Bowl. It just gives you a better reason to, watch. If you're not like a sports fan, you can still follow along.
Even the boring games it can make interesting if you're looking for a 1 or a 4. You start rooting for stuff like, oh, if they kick a field goal, and then
right.
like
then also you can start swearing at stuff if it's not in
that's
your favor. But yes, yep.
It doesn't matter if it's a blowout or a close one. It's worth it. Is all I was
correct.
Since we were talking about tags, I thought we could go over the 2024 DisCap bag tag.
Seamless transition.
Corey and Jason Gorsuch had 14 rounds played. Ryan Yadow with 16. Tim Goyette with 17. And 3 players with 22 rounds played. MikeyBottlez, Evan Parsley, and Brian Bickersmith, each with 22 rounds played already. If my numbers are correct, that they are the leaders. I keep checking for Cranky.
Kevin's been slacking.
Yeah, he's kind of protested a little bit, he said. He's just going to play, once in a while here or there. I don't know.
I'm showing 0 rounds played for him.
All right, he's not protesting it. He's just not playing. Okay.
Brandon Klein with the 166 tag. I just wanted to point that out because I have a better tag than that.
Got to get your wins where you can.
Exactly, with that guy. Absolutely. I also have a better tag than the 150 tag, which is lost tag.
I thought I had lost my tag at first, which would have sucked because I had only played like 1 round, but we tracked it down this weekend.
Nice. I got Kenji Klein with the 122. Harry Lehman, 111.
Well, he hasn't played a round yet, so.
No, but right now he is the leader for the 162 tag next year, the Kyle Hirsch Memorial Award.
Yeah.
I have the 94 tag after Friday's Jess Lasasso's.
Oh, did you go to that?
League. Yeah.
What disc did you grab?
It was a putter. I just wanted one with that stamp, so I just grabbed the first one. Honestly, it's still in my trunk.
I grabbed a sweet Leopard 3, Glow Leopard 3, the last
I grabbed
one.
myself a T-Bird.
Alex grabbed the T-Bird I would have grabbed. No. I got the 94 tag. I've already matched, I think, how many rounds I played last year with 2. Damn it, Del Potts has beaten me with the 84 tag.
She played a very good round this Friday that I want to brag about a little bit when we get to that point.
We will, because I was going to point out that you didn't play a tag, but you said you lost. You thought you lost it. So.
Yep.
Jeff Wachowski at 67. You can't get rid of that 7. Mike Zanchelli with 56. Not too shabby. You had, I think you took my 76 at the thing.
Yeah, so we played a tag round Easter yesterday.
You mean like 5 days ago?
No. Oh, yes. Well, as of recording. Yes, 5 days ago.
Got it.
Yes, you did. And so we played, and Peter Cornish took the 12 tag, and then I was second and got the 56. So I've moved up quite well the last 3 days, or 8 days if you want to talk about when this comes out.
Ryan Travis 148343 with the 41 tag. Alex Potts 26, but only 1 round played.
Only 1. Soon to be more for sure.
No doubt. Blaine Iron Dyes Mandriza with the 22 tag. Corey Cook at 20.
Chilling.
Not too shabby. Randy Bemis with 16. 2 rounds played.
Yeah, I should probably play a few more.
Jaimen's already played 3 rounds. He's got the 13 tag. That's like from last year. That's a huge improvement. Jaimen,
I can coast until August.
Yeah, no doubt. Jason with the 10 tag. I think he lost the 5 to Ryan this weekend.
Yeah,
man.
He finally played a match.
I was there. I should have that tag.
Yeah, I didn't know we were getting into that. I thought Alex was playing against Ryan.
Yeah. I think Jason said, well, Alex lost his, so I'll have to step up. So thank you.
I saw Ryan at FDR. He had his 1 mitten on. He's like, yeah, playing a tag match against Jason today. You guys can probably stop busting my chops.
Funny, he and I played the whole second round together. He never mentioned that he had sitting on the 5 tag all of a sudden.
So top 10, like I said, Jason with already 4 rounds played at 10. Sean Partee with the 9 tag. Jason Gorsuch with 14 rounds played with the 8 tag. Ethan Haters with the 7 tag, 2 rounds played. 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Play of the Year, Tucker Kozlowski with the 6 tag. Ryan Nelson Jaimen, would you have taken his tag if you guys played?
Yeah.
Ryan Nelson with the full 5 tag. Ryan Clare with the 4 tag. Dave Hudson with the 3. Adam Gill with the 2. And your new number 1 tag holder with 6 round played, Chad Larson. The big thing we want to talk about today, we got SkipAce, which is also associated with the Fools Fest. And we got 3 guys here who played in the Fools Fest. 4 if you include Jason. So I figured we'll talk about that for a bit. So SkipAce, we had 2 events this week. We had the Texas State Disc Golf Championships presented by Lone Star Disc and the 21st Annual FDR Fools Fest, MPO, FPO, and FP40. Briefly going through the, holy shit, did I win the Texas State?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, wow. I
Looks
hadn't
like
looked
it.
at it. Texas State Disc Golf Championship presented by Lone Star Disc. We had 41 players making picks. 40th place, Brian Bickersmith. That's a disappointing finish, but not as disappointing as 39th, Corey Cook.
Well, I would say slightly less disappointing.
Oh,
but it will be more disappointing here shortly.
Oh, okay. Rob Weiss of Mississippi got you by like almost 40 points.
Yeah, that's where it got more disappointing. It was at this point.
Brandon Klein in 35th. I didn't realize, had I known, I would have not made fun of him about the bag tag thing. 33rd place, Ryan Travis, 148,343. Ryan Nelson in 32nd. This is very surprising. This is like a reverse. 25th place, Corey Me Up Cook.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know. Multiple people have asked me. I'm curious myself. I hope that they reveal their identity at some point.
It's got to be Kyle Hirsch.
Well, Kyle already has an account, but it's possible.
Dude, there's
someone got a
burner accounts. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could change his name now. Is he
He's
on
still
here?
on here.
Oh, no, he came in
You
second.
can't change him, but
It would be kind of funny if people were making alt accounts for Hudson Valley SkipAce.
Last year's winner, Mike Schwartz in 23rd, tied with Ivan Marmota. The Flying Squirrel, Kevin Kroenke in 21st place. Lefty Flick, 21, coming back.
respectable.
Mm-hmm. Right behind 18th, we got Brian Heller. And 17th, MikeyBottlez.
Yeah, I slacked on my picks. I forgot to pick 2 weeks in a row, so I got a gap there. So I don't think.
Well, it drops 2, so
Nice. Okay, so I can't miss anymore.
when we get to the totals, I'm pretty sure I have more dropped points than I have actual points. So zeros are not terrible in this.
Nice. Yeah, you because you can get negative, so that is right.
I've got a couple, yeah. 15th place, we got Jason Lasasso Star. Kenji Klein in 14th. Harrison in 12th. Turtles in Your Face in 11th. Behind Randy Bobandy in 10th place.
Hell yeah.
9th place, Mysterious AJ. Behind Amp, Alex Potts. Tim Goya in 7th. Jaws in 6th. We still don't know who that is.
Nope.
Blaine Iron Dies Mandriza in 5th. Brian Monahan, one half of Camel Case Corey in 4th. Jaimen Hume in 3rd place.
Woo.
Not too shabby. 2nd place, Kyle Hirsch. And the one time that it's going to happen this year, I came in first. 943 points.
Yeah.
That's probably more than I had combined.
What was your strat, Pat?
Who did I pick to not get negatives? And I picked Kristen Tatar. Yeah, to make sure I had enough points to take Kristen Tatar and the good Robinson, right, Ezra?
Yeah, well, probably not, but
No,
They're both good Robinsons.
Yeah, he's been the one on a hotter streak lately, but his brother is more decorated.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I mean, one's on the PDGA page, the other one isn't.
Yeah, one won the Flying Disc Open, one won the World Championship, so slightly different.
I lost 10 points with Kona Star Montgomery.
I wouldn't pick her.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Sorry, she's ever since she got the bag, she's fell off.
Well, you gotta sacrifice points in some areas so you can take people like Kristen Tatar.
No.
That's a solid FPO picks right there. Better than mine.
I can't even remember who I picked, to be honest with you. I think it was Lisa Fakis and Deanne Carey.
You're gonna talk about Pat Keenan picking Kona, and you picked Lisa Fakis.
She's accurate. She's always in the top 15.
Lisa Fakis and Hannah Hune.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
Lisa
Sorry.
did okay. It was Hannah that killed you.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Lisa Fakis with the MVP clip where she like threw it 90 degrees at her right, like on the first tee pad? Was that Lisa Fakis? It's like the classic like what the fuck Richard throw. We've all been there. Just mine haven't
Corey,
been
I'm
on film.
going to start filming you, Corey.
Yeah, I'm saying
Highlights.
we've all been there. Mine just haven't been on film yet.
Oh, yeah. There's a playoff at Heiser.
Well, that was more like 90 degrees up in the air, not to
Too
the
soon. Too
right.
soon.
Hit the cross beam.
Yeah.
I did that for the fans, man. I let Kyle take his win. I just gave it that to him because I know he really needed it, and I did it for entertainment.
All right. So in addition to the Texas State Disc Golf Championships. We also did SkipAce picks for the 21st annual FDR Fools Fest. Plus, we did our own picks, which we'll talk about in a minute. But for the listener pool, we had 42 people picking. I see Kenji in 39th. There's a lot of points. Everybody did solid on this. I was in 34th place, and I had over 1,000 points. Rob Wiesel of Mississippi in 36th.
Before you get too far, I started from the bottom because I know a few people made some questionable picks, like picking me. I got some pretty solid positive points. Not gonna, pat myself on the back, but who would have thought that Corey Cook got 150 points in a SkipAce league?
Nicely done.
Corey got more points as a competitor than he's ever gotten actually making picks.
Almost this week for Texas State for sure.
It didn't lose me a ton. I actually picked Wyatt as one of my picks, but then at the last minute, I saw Dylan Capaccioli signed up, and he had won it in the past, so I picked him. I only lost 30 points.
Yeah.
But I did switch that out at the last minute. Kevin Kroenke in 33rd. Randy, 30th place. 1,100 points and nothing to sneeze at.
It's not too far off the lead. Pretty much 34th and up is a couple hundred points.
I'm not complaining at all about getting 29th.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd rather be you, Alex, but, you got me by 79 points. So, Alex in 29th. Corey, 28th. That's 2 less than stellar in a row.
Not great.
But you also, again, lost to Corey Me Up Cook.
Yeah, now I have another rival.
They came in 25th, tied with Austin Swartout. Mike Warner from Highlands, tied with Kyle Hirsch for 22nd. Ryan Heller in 20th. Bickersmith 19th. Kat Bemis beat Randy Bemis.
Yeah, by not picking herself.
Had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-way tie for 8th place. Zach McDonald, Turtles in Your Face. The Mysterious AJ, Sean Partee, MikeyBottlez, and Jaimen Hume. That's 2 solid in a row, Jaimen. 3-way tie for 5th, Yvonne Marmota, Jason Lasasso Star, and Jaws. Tie for 3rd, Mike Schwartz and Ryan Travis, 148-343. Damn it, Brandon S. Klein in 2nd, and Ryan Nelson, your winner. Let's see, did Ryan pick himself? He did not. But he picked Wyatt and Caitlin Clay and Michelle Gallagher, the 2 winners, right? Michelle Gallagher and Wyatt, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, real quick, we'll go overall. And we have overall 46 players, shattering last year. Corey Me Up Cook in 39th, but they got a late start, so, give him some slack. Kenji in 35th. MikeyBottlez, 34th. Also, like you said, late start. I'm in 31st. Rob Wiesel, Mississippi, 28th. Randy, 19th. 16th place, Jason Lasasso Star. Brian Bickersmith in 11th. Alex, top 10. 10th place.
Just on the edge.
And oh, how the mighty have fallen. Corey Cook in 9th place.
Still top 10, no? Still top 10.
It is. But behind Kyle Hirsch in 8th.
Barely. He's going to burn
Was
out.
that 4 points?
Wow. That's pretty close.
And if he's picking for 2 people, he's going to have his work cut out for him. So,
yeah.
Ryan Nelson in 7th. Brandon Klein in 6th. Jaimen Hume, top 5, 5th place.
I don't know how it happened, but I feel like I was 20th last week.
All the bad luck you had in the picks for the women's division turned for this week. So, and we had 2 tournaments, so that's good. Last year's winner, Mike Schwartz, in 4th place. Brian Camel Case Corey Monahan in 3rd. Mysterious AJ in 2nd. And Ryan Travis, 148-343, is your current leader with 3,268 drop score total. So, looks like nothing this weekend, but something the next few weekends in a row. We got DGPT Play It Again Sports Jonesboro Open presented by Westside Disc next week. But in addition to SkipAce picks, we did some picks. We had Mark Bryan, Randy Bemis, Jason Lasasso, Alex Potts, Corey Cook, and Jaimen Hume all did picks. And we did a poll on the Facebook page, which had, had a surprising amount of people. How many was it? It was like 30 something who voted. Let me check. 33 votes. So we'll go by that first. Jaimen Hume had 1 vote. And that's because I realized this afternoon I didn't vote yet. So I voted for Jaimen.
Thanks, Pat.
No problem. He had 2 players that dropped in the FPO. Maloney, I didn't write her first name down, and she dropped, so can't look it up. And Leslie Brinster, both dropped. What we did was you got a point based on your finish in your division. Because they both dropped in yours, I gave 12 and 11 points. If multiple people had drops in the same division, they would get the last place. But since you had 2 in the same division, I figured you can't give 12 on both.
I like what you did.
You say, okay, I'm glad
I think that makes sense. I was anticipating you giving me last place, so like 10 points for both of them, which would benefit me, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Oh no, actually, I don't know. Does that make sense for future?
I feel like I'd lose by a little bit less, but not that much.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I guess maybe the next time we do one, we'll try to come to a consensus. In the MPO division, you had Nicholas Economos and Miles Sayer. Nicholas came in 22nd, and Miles Sayer came in 19th. So I had a total of 64 points, assuming my math adds up.
Now, I want to argue my case on this Miles Sayer pick. What I thought we were choosing was the best moment in FDR history. That's why I chose him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Is that the guy who threw one on 15?
Yeah,
Yep.
he aced hole 15 white, which, if any of the listeners have not played FDR, is a 360-foot hole, dead straight, kind of low ceiling, and the white basket is stacked directly on the yellow basket. So it's a raised basket, and he threw it in with a mid-range because he's
Mid-range.
16 and he just wanted to piss everybody off, I guess.
They started on hole 13 or something like that. So it was like starting his round with that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Now, would it have been awesome if they were playing to yellow, though?
Also, it's on film, which just is even cooler. So there is video on the Wedge Facebook page of that if you want to see. Probably one of the craziest aces you're going to see.
Has anybody heard of an ace on that hole before?
No. And I think Jack posted saying he had never heard of it. So
And if he had never heard of it, it's it's possible, but it's very unlikely that it's happened before. There's just certain holes where it's not impossible, just highly unlikely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to get it into the right basket. I mean, I joked about it, but that's still, that's crazy.
Yeah, if he didn't hit that basket, he's got a 60-foot comebacker from a thorn bush.
I am unfortunately very familiar with that position.
It's a good thing you're 7 feet tall. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so Jaimen had the 1 vote. Corey Cook's picks had 3 votes. Randy Bemis was one of those votes.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Nice.
I liked his picks.
Was that you trying to save face?
No,
Like, oh, that Kathleen Bemis pick, that's a solid pick. I didn't do it, but
I'm legally obligated to pick your pick.
So Corey had Karen Martell and Kathleen Bemis. Karen came in 5th. Kat came in 9th. He also had Eric Schubert and Corey Cook. Eric came in 16th and Corey came in 25th. Why don't we use this opportunity for Corey to tell us about his round?
see, FDR was first round, not so great. I think both rounds I played pretty clean for about the first half, and I thought maybe I can do like bogey free. And round 1, my first bogey after starting on hole 17, I think I birdied 17 and 18 to start, and then I parred 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I freaking bogey hole 6. Of all the holes, I bogeyed like the shortest hole on the goddamn course. So round 1 went okay. I ended up finishing. My rating was basically my rating. I threw a 946 rated round. I think I should probably pull the results up so I could actually remember what I did. Yeah, so I shot an even round. I told myself going into it that like even or better wasn't going to do anything crazy, but I would have felt okay about it. Oh, and I played with Antonio Albert and Phil Rascona. So like
Nice.
going back again to what Jaimen said about, meeting people, playing tournaments, Phil Rascona and Antonio Albert, like probably 2 of my favorite people to play with from the downstate area in tournaments, and really only get an opportunity to play with those guys when I play like FDR, Kisco, or Warwick. So super fun to hang with those guys. Yeah, so finished round 1. We also played on a 5-some, which for some reason I have this knack to like, if there's a 5-some in a tournament, I'm usually in one of them.
Or a ghost hole.
And I somehow always find myself at the top of the tee order to start the round. I don't understand why, but I'm pretty sure 80% of my tournament rounds I have to throw first.
Is that low PDGA number doing that?
I have 110,000 PDJ number. It shouldn't be that low in MPO, but I don't know, maybe that might be it to like start the round.
Or do they do it the other way around, where it's high PDGA number goes first? Because isn't that like if it's score, then the best score goes last to start off a round?
Well,
right?
I do have a lower number than Phil Rascona, so that theory could work.
I don't know.
But also, like, there was so many pros. 66 pros at this event, and the middle of the field, round 1 was like super close. Within like, there's probably 30 people within 2 strokes of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, yeah, played in a 5-some. I also drove to the tournament. Basically, I had a long ass weekend where I went and I picked up a new to me car in Philadelphia. So at the tournament, I had my truck with a U-Haul trailer and a car on it. So I wasn't that mobile. So I wasn't going to go somewhere to get lunch. So I had to I came back as a 5 so I didn't have much time. So I scrambled. I called Kyle Hirsch. They just happened to be at some pizzeria or general store or something like that. They came back with a Stromboli for me. So I wolfed down half a Stromboli, got back out to round 2, and...
Wait. You wolfed down potentially a convenience store Stromboli.
I don't know where it came from. It was delicious.
It was from Uncle Giuseppe's.
Yeah.
So that's good then. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Hannaford-sized Italian market. I went there twice.
Like Italian or Italian like Olive Garden?
No, like Italian.
Oh, okay.
They got people making mozzarella all day.
All right, that's Italian. So yeah, round 2 started. I started on hole 13 this round. Started off with a birdie on that hole, which felt great. Holes 14 and 15, I kind of just parred on both rounds. I think I had a 25-foot crosswind putt on 15 for birdie one of the rounds, missed it. But I did birdie hole 17 and 18 both rounds, which I kind of feel like pretty much you have to get those holes. I mean, as easier par 4 and par 5.
You guys played white both rounds, right? I don't know if you said that.
White
already.
both rounds, yeah. My plan at FDR is basically survive the front 9 and then just score the back 9, trying to get any bogeys. So once again, I parred holes 1 through 4 in round 2, and instead of bogeying hole 6 this time, I bogeyed hole 5, which luckily ended up being my only bogey of the round.
It's not a terrible one either. That's a tough hole.
Yeah, I somehow got through literally everything. I threw a shot, it kind of went through the left side, and it went right past the path to get to hole 6. And it went right to where they throw all the shit when they're clearing the fairway. Right, the pile of stuff they move to, that's where I landed. I had an opportunity to scramble, but I ended up taking a bogey. I birdied hole 6, I parred 7 both times, and then to almost finish my round, I birdied 8, 9, and 10, which felt great. And that kind of reinvigorated my round, or at least my tournament. It really jumped me up in positions. So we only had holes 11 and 12 to finish. I'm looking at the scores, and I see that after missing a 25-foot putt or 20-foot putt on 11 for birdie, I'm basically locked in for at least last cash, which is always kind of a goal for me, just to potentially cash at a tournament. And I was also 1 stroke behind Kyle Hirsch. So I'm okay, worst case, if I just don't go OB on hole 12, I take an easy par. I'll make last cash. But if I could birdie, I could at least say that I didn't lose Kyle. I threw a great drive. I was basically up on the upper left side of the fairway. I throw a forehand to not bring OB into play, and set myself up for either an easy layup for par, or I could run for the birdie. I have probably a 250-foot approach to the basket, maybe 200. I throw my Toro. I get it to within 18 feet, and now I basically know that I'm not going to bogey the hole and fall out of last cash. And I think I kind of psyched myself out, or I didn't focus enough or care enough to make the putt for birdie, and end up missing a 18-footer to take a par. But still make last cash. Lost to Kyle by 1 stroke, but looking at the results, I feel pretty good about the players that I did beat in the tournament. That tournament pulls a lot of quality people, and I'm actually more happy that the conditions were better than they were last year. It was a little breezy and gusty in some points, but it was
not as bad as Friday. But no, a 6-way tie for 25th out of 66. Nothing wrong with that.
Not bad, yeah.
And I got to play round 2 with Phil Rascona again, so I had a lot of Phil Rascona time, and I played with a guy from Team Tank round 2, so that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
At one point we were talking Team Challenge, and I don't know who I made this joke to, but we were talking Team Challenge, and mentioned how those guys kind of swept to the D pool, and we started talking about C pool. At this point I hadn't told him that I was in the C pool, and he was like, yeah, well, I don't know if we'll do the same thing in C pool. And I'm like, yeah, C pool and D pool seems kind of like similar skill sets. He's like, yeah, that bottom half of C pool sucks though. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, watch your mouth. I'm on the disc captains. But he was a cool kid. He got a lost disc on hole 1, round 2, between the sidewalk and the road. It just disappeared. And then we looked for it, and he had a retee. So he retees hole 1, parks it, and takes a 4. Follows that up with hitting cage on hole 2. And then when we're walking from hole 2 to hole 3, we watched Duncan Farquharson chain out for ace on hole 3. It was a crazy 3-hole stretch. But yeah, overall, pretty good tournament. Like I said, I drove down Friday for a practice round and then drove down to Philadelphia to pick up a car, came back, spent the night at Jack Bradley's house. And then once the tournament was over, I basically ran to my truck and started driving back to Ravenna because it was a long ass weekend. And I couldn't have just made my first tournament of the year go by smoothly and stress free. I just had to tack on a whole another layer of going to Philadelphia and making another financial purchase, wise or unwise, depending on how you look at it. So I was just happy to get back home after the tournament.
All right. You tied for 25th. Eric Schubert came in 16th. Kat Bemis in 9th. And Karen Martell was in 5th for a total of 55 points. So you jump ahead of Jaimen with his 64. Mike, have you ever played FDR?
No, I actually have never played FDR. It's one of my courses I want to play.
So that's a good one to travel to for sure.
I've heard stories, but I've never been there.
It's great for tag leagues.
Let's do it.
There's some big bomber throws on it, which is fun for me specifically.
I'm out.
What I envision if there were a Sunday round at FDR is like 4 people showing up. Yeah, because that's a drive for you guys, I imagine. So I wouldn't, it'd be fun and all, but I wouldn't want to kill the league like that.
I mean, I'm down to I'll carpool people. I got a SUV.
We pulled in 55 for the Maple Hill Monthly not too long ago. So
yeah, it's true.
It's not completely off the list.
So Randy had 4 votes.
Hell yeah.
Antonio Albert picked you, and you didn't even pick him. Alex did.
I would have picked him if I had the chance.
So you had Michelle Gallagher, Daphne Chen, Brad Schott, and William Bach. Michelle Gallagher won the FPO division, so you got 1 point for her.
Got that one.
Daphne Chen came in 10th, Brad Schott 31st, and William Bach 66th.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Yeah, so I got 66, 31, 10, and 1. According to my poor math skills, I have 108 points.
Oh, did he drop out?
Yeah, he's not even on the score.
Oh, damn. So he's more like 67th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, do we want to give him 109? Come on.
I mean, hey, man, rules is
matters.
Rules is rules.
All right, 109 points, Randy Bemis.
You don't think it matters yet? We still have other people to get to.
He's on the podium right now, as of right now. One other thing of note, Dave Koch voted for Randy, but he also voted for Alex. So he was hedging his bets.
What the hell?
Classic David.
David.
Yeah.
You didn't play this weekend, Randy?
I played the Blatnick Breeze, which we don't need to talk about. Congratulations, Justin Muccelli, for I think maybe the only person shooting under par for the weekend.
I think somebody in advance did too.
Probably. I got beat. So
Randy, I'm sure you still don't hate it as much as I do.
No, I actually had a fine time in the second round. I just forgot what to do when wind happens in the first round, and then I figured it out in second round, but it was way too late at that point. So better luck next time, I guess.
All right. Next up with 5 votes, Alex Potts, who picked himself.
I mean, I was confident.
Nice.
Heck yeah. And David Koch was hedging his bets with you. You picked Cassandra Leoy, Rose Shurtick, Duncan Farquharson, and Antonio Albert. Cassandra Leoy came in 6th, Rose Shurtick in 3rd. Value pick, Duncan Farquharson came in 31st, and Antonio Albert 22nd for a total of 62 points, if my math is correct.
Not too bad.
How was your round?
Started out better than it ended. Started on hole 6 and started off with a birdie. So I was feeling really good about that. Then 7, 8, 9, nothing too fancy. I think I was even going into the back 9. And like Corey was saying, you really just need to survive the front 9 and score on the back 9. And I was feeling good about that. There were 2 par 5s for this layout, hole 12 and hole 18, both of which are reachable for eagle with a couple of good shots. I didn't get a chance to do it on 12, but I was 30 deep for eagle on 18, so I was feeling really good. Unfortunately, missed that eagle putt, but I was still -3 going into 1 through 5. And unfortunately, 1 through 5 has been a bit of a boogeyman for me. I think looking at last year, I was +7 or something through that stretch between both rounds. It was not a good setup. And I took par on 1, so I was feeling all right. Hole 2, decided to run a 60-footer and hit a tree. And I don't really know why I ran the 60-footer, but it ended up taking bogey. So was feeling bad about that. 3, did something stupid, took a bogey. 4, I played pretty calmly. I'm not upset with a bogey on 4. That wasn't too bad. But then 5, which is the big downhill shot, got myself to a wide open 80-foot upshot for if I get up and down, I take par, and just completely biffed a wide open upshot. So went bogey, 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 bogey on the last 4. So I ended up +1 from -3 just on those 4 holes. And that really, really was tilting me going into lunchtime.
That stretch, though, is probably one of the tougher ones, especially if you're playing a white with 1 becomes a tunnel shot. 2, I would say the danger will be on both sides of you. But as far as the drive, that sounds like it was fine.
Drive was fine. It got tangled in a tree, but I was safe pretty much the whole way. I wasn't worried about it. I just I had a little bit of a tunnel that I thought I could jump putt for some reason, and hit a tree, and it was a really low percentage shot for the birdie, and it just completely bit me because bad mental decision.
Yeah.
So I brought lunch with me. I still had some leftover Uncrustables. So snagged those.
A tier.
Absolutely. I was enjoying the sun. The sun started to come out, so it was getting nice and warm for us. Enjoyed lunch. Went out to my hole early because I saw 1:15 was start time, and then they backed it up 5 minutes. So I had some extra time to sit and wait. Right about then was when I was looking at the card, and I noticed I was with Duncan Farquharson. So I got to see him in action.
Did you tell him you picked him?
I didn't. It didn't come up, unfortunately. Nothing really came up with that, but I was thinking about ways to bring that up, but didn't really have a good way.
You know how to do it without sound like a weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, we did some picks. 100%.
Dark horse, though. Only people under 990.
Yeah, so second round, we started on 14, so I got to go into that rough stretch.
Pretty sure that's the 14. I think it's the longest walk at FDR.
It's the longest walk to the tee, and the basket for 13 is the farthest point from Tournament Central. So when we finished, we had the longest walk back.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up driving down to that third lot and walking through the woods and making that little cut.
That's a pro move, Alex. Nice.
Thank you. So yeah, that made it a little bit easier. But feeling a little bit tilted coming out of the break because of those last 4 holes. But, put together a pretty reasonable round. Nothing insane until we hit hole 10. And I had already gone OB once on hole 10 in my first round, just off of a complete grip lock, just shanked it off to the right, and then did the exact same thing in round 2, shanked it off to the right, tried to go aggressive, shanked it off to the right again. So I'm OB twice on that hole, 3 times for the day. Yeah, took a 7 there. So if we could have gotten rid of that, if that was a par, and if I had taken, even half of the bogeys that I did in round 1, I would have been feeling really good about the day. As it is, I ended up +3 overall, which is pretty good. I'm not complaining about that at all, but I know I could have done better. So, there's that little bit of disappointment, but I get to run it back the next week because I'm playing the AM side. So hopefully we can make things a little better. And it's a massive upgrade over last year. I was +13 on the day for last year. So the conditions were a little bit worse, but still 10 strokes better is 10 strokes better. I take that all day.
And you were playing pro, right?
Yeah. Yep. I played pro.
Is that a new thing or is that just situational?
Situational.
Okay.
Yeah. So last year I played pro because I couldn't make the AM side for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what exactly was happening, but I couldn't make that. This year I'm playing both because I like FDR a lot and I wanted to play it more. So yeah, just making it easy. And personally, I feel like the best way to get better at disc golf is play with people who are better than you already.
Absolutely. I mean, I've yet to experience that.
Oh, of course. Oh, and I did have an eagle putt again in round 2 and missed that one too. So
what hole?
That was a little bit rough. 12.
Oh, okay.
I had 1 eagle putt on each of the par 5s.
Nice.
And missed both of them.
All right. So I don't think I gave the total, or did I?
62, I think.
Okay. Yep. That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm running off of what you said before, I think.
Okay. So we had 2 other competitors. They both had 10 votes. Jason Lasasso had Ryan Nelson, Nicole Gonsalves, Kyle Hirsch, and Emily Moore. A couple notes. Kyle Hirsch voted for himself, so that's good. And this poll also had the most Lasasso's vote in it. But Ryan Nelson came in 14th. Nicole Gonsalves came in 3rd. Kyle Hirsch in 22nd. And Emily Moore in 8th.
Oh, I forgot to say that. I played with Kyle in round 1.
Was he talking shit about Corey?
I don't think so.
Kyle looked like he was having a rough time. I kept seeing him across this course, and he just looked so sad.
You could easily tell he was disappointed with that first round.
47 points total. So that puts Jason in the lead and knocks Randy off the podium.
Later,
So-
nerd.
I'm going to be okay.
So also with 10 votes, we had Mark Bryan made picks. He picked Caitlin Clay, Zach Mason Doyle, Jaimen Hume, and Wendy Boutine. Zach Doyle voted for himself. Ryan Nelson voted for not himself. Jason picked Ryan, and Ryan voted for Mark Bryan's picks. That's the heart of a true gambler, no? Going against yourself, knowing, like, go with the smart pick, not just... And Caitlin Clay also picked herself. Mark wins for having the most people voting for themselves of all the picks. I like giving out awards, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How was your round, Jaimen?
My rounds were super good. My first round had a lot of buildup in my head for it. That was my first, what I felt, competitive round since I messed up my finger in July. This is the first time I've been throwing with all 4 fingers in a PDGA tournament since then.
I just realized I haven't been checking in on that. Man, I'm a slacker.
That's all right. So my first round, I shot really, really well. In my practice rounds the day before, I had gotten a couple of them in, and I did not do nearly as well in honestly either of my rounds than I had in that first round. So I was like really happy to, I don't know, I guess just turn it on for the tournament. I made all the putts that I needed, or most of the putts that I needed to. But I started off on 4, which is a really nervy hole. And after a really good drive and a kind of lucky upshot, I was able to birdie that. And I think just before the round started, I was actually warming up with Alex. And I was like, I don't think I've ever birdied this in a tournament or ever.
Yep.
So starting with that in a tournament was a really nice little confidence boost. I went into 5 with kind of a shaky drive. I actually hit the ground probably 40 or 50 feet in front of the tee pad, but I hit it very flat and in the right angle. So it skipped off of that and somehow managed to just stay flat and straight. And then I think I landed like 80 or 90 feet from the basket, just dead in the middle of the fairway, which was an incredible amount of luck. From there, I was just kind of able to string together some birdies here and there. I made a couple good putts. I think the only outside the circle putt I made was on hole 10 for birdie. But besides that, I just played really clean golf. I made all the shots that I needed to. My drives were feeling really, really good. I think it was on hole 14, I started to kind of realize I was putting together a pretty good round. And I looked at the live scores, and at that time I was tied for the lead. And that kind of shook me for a few holes. I missed a birdie putt on 15 that I really felt like I should have made. And then I missed a birdie putt on 17 just from rushing. And I kind of attribute that to like going, oh, like these putts matter all of a sudden, where before I was just playing to get as many birdies as I could. But lesson learned on that. That's a rookie mistake. But yeah, I was able to finish out my round with a birdie on 2 and a not too crazy hard par on 3. And the highlight of that round for me was I was able to go bogey free for the whole round, which on FDR with some of those front 9 holes is a real accomplishment. I was able to kind of tackle some of those challenging holes like 7 that I've got a big history with of kind of messing up and letting it ruin my round. I was able to get that out of my head and do what I needed to do to stay relevant. So that was nice. That was really nice. I got to play that first round with a super fun card. It was me, Jason Lasasso, Marky Chaps, and Zach McDonald. So I had Zach and Kristen following that card, which was nice, relaxed atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. I hung out
She
with
wasn't playing FPO? What's up with that?
No, she's playing next weekend.
Nice.
Oh, wait, no, she might not be because it's on Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, that was very fun. I can't remember if I've played with them before. I might have, but it was like a few years ago, probably at Gunks. But great people, super nice. It was nice to play with Jason. It's always good to play with him. And then in the second round, I just wasn't able to get quite as many birdies. I was a little bit more tired. I'm going to chalk that up to not playing so much disc golf lately that sometimes like that little extra distance or touch that I needed wasn't quite there. I was still able to put together enough birdies to not sink too far down. I was on the chase card after the first round.
heck yeah.
Played with Dylan Capiccioli, Ryan Nelson, and Jarek Olberholzer. That was another really fun card. I really lucked out on cards.
Jarek's a lefty, or am I wrong?
You're right. Yeah, Jarek is a lefty. Very fun to watch play, making some really big putts. He was stringing together some crazy stuff. His brother was on the lead card, and I think he was just trying to beat him. But Dylan was really gunning for the win. He put together some really great golf, had a couple unfortunate struggles, but towards the end, he was laying it out on the line. And seeing that guy throw some drives is just a pretty awe-inspiring experience sometimes. On hole 17, he realized that if he wanted to have any chance at winning, he needed to eagle it. And if you've played 17 whites at FDR, eagle is usually completely out of the question. That's not something anybody's ever really gunning for. But he threw a forehand with a Halo boss that was...
You had to say Halo.
You got to qualify it.
Yeah. I've never seen a farther shot on this. He threw it, if you can imagine that hole, there's like a gap down below that just goes straight. There's a big hyzer gap that goes to the yellow basket. And then there's like a gap in between that. And he threw a huge forehand flex down that in-between gap. And he landed that disc 50 feet away from 18's tee. It was insane. It's still not enough for an eagle on that hole unless you throw it in from like 70 or 80, but it was just absolutely a wild drive to see. He had some other crazy ones too. He took an eagle on 12 pretty easily. He's just, the amount of power that guy has is insane, and it's really fun to watch. But he wasn't able to get it done at the end. Wyatt was just like very consistent and played really great golf all day, so didn't really give anybody a chance. But for me, going into my first tournament, since my finger being messed up and being worried that I wasn't going to be able to compete, and starting off the day with a 10-15 rated round, and then my second round, which didn't feel great, but ended up being my current rating at 973, I was super happy. A lot of things to build on, a lot of putting I can do to kind of expand my circle and try to get some more birdie chances and work on some more accuracy with my forehand. But besides that, I feel really good with my results, and I'm excited to take some step forward in the next few months, getting ready for the next few tournaments.
So 2 questions. One, how does it feel to beat one of your picks there, Stephen Economos?
I actually beat his brother I beat both of them. My pick was Nick Economos. I really whooped up on Nick.
I'm sorry.
That's Stephen is Nick's brother, but no, I beat both of them, so that felt pretty good. It was nice going down through that list, seeing some of the people I beat.
I already said that. You can't use that.
All right, I didn't say it. But golf's a very personal sport, so whenever you're able to go out and shoot what you know you're capable of without too many hangups is really nice.
And the other is, looks like you finished ahead of Steve Brinster. Had you ever done that before?
Yeah. Not often, but that's last year at Kisco, I beat Steve and Cutler.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's in my experience, if you want to beat those guys, it has to be before April. There's no way in hell you're doing it over the summer. They're just way too good. You got to catch them on an off day. But yeah, I have no doubt that Steve's going to lap me by at least 10 strokes when I see him next.
So you finished in 11th. For Mark Bryan, he had Kate Clay, who had 2 points, Zach Mason Doyle at 7, Jaimen Hume at 11, and Wendy Boutine at 7, for a combined total of 27 points, which makes Mark our winner for the week.
Nicely done.
Yay, Mark.
So the next time he comes on, he goes last at trivia because he won too much.
There you go.
It was a great day. Tons of eagles. Way too many to count, but there's at least 3 holes that got eagled, which is pretty crazy.
I really like how they had a basket full of Welch's fruit snacks. Those were clutch. I think I had 2 of those per round, and they came in the best moments.
That was super nice. Second round, 1 was my last hole, so by the time I got there, they were gone.
Oh.
Yeah. There were at least 2 aces that I heard of.
The one on 15?
The fancy one on 15, and then hole 2 also got aced.
Yeah, they did that when we were walking down the fairway of 8, or no, we were just about to tee off on 8, and we heard some screaming over by... Not screaming, but some rambunctious noises over on hole 2. And usually my joke is whenever I hear something like that across the course, oh, someone saved a bogey, but they didn't. That was definitely not a bogey save. I don't remember who got the ace, but that's a pretty good one.
What's his name? James Kolinsky.
Okay.
Corey was talking about hearing Duncan chaining out for ace on 3. I was on that card, and. So the reason it didn't really stick out in my head was because he completely no-sold it. We were all kind of sitting on the benches. You don't have a great view of the basket on 3. So he throws it, and I hear chains right about when his disc is going close there. But I look over, and the guys on the previous hole on 2 were, putting out. So I was like, oh, they probably just putted there. And then Duncan says, oh, no, yeah, that chained out. He was not celebrating at all. No one knew what was happening. It was so confusing in the moment because it was so close to acing an incredibly difficult hole, and just nobody reacted in any way.
Yeah, we were, like I said, we were walking down the path, and it was just one of those shots that for whatever reason, I just kind of stopped and watched it fly through the fairway. But from the side, all you see is missing tree, disc, tree, disc, tree, disc. You just see it kind of spurting across the to land, and all of a sudden you like once it got 3/4 of the way there, you're like, oh shit, it hasn't hit anything yet, and then just I think it hit right side chains.
He was saying am side.
Yeah, he did. He was
Left
saying
side
am side,
chains.
so he hit left side, and that would have been crazy to watch.
Yeah.
In classic FDR fashion, I almost got killed on the tee pad of hole 3 or behind the tee pad of hole 3 from someone on 7. There was 2 people sitting on the bench, and I was like standing behind them. We were waiting to throw because there was guys on hole 4 that were waiting to throw. And out of nowhere, it took like a couple seconds for me to realize what happened, but I just see like out of the corner of my eye, like a white object zoom right over the head of the people that were sitting on the bench and just barely missed my chin as it flew by me and landed. So I feel like that could have been a crazy story where like, my reset button got hit. I got knocked out from taking a disc to the chin from hole 7, which is also funny because there's a sign right there that says watch out for disc coming from hole 7.
Tuesday, J-Dubs. Corey, how'd that go?
Went good. I don't remember what the weather was like, but it was a good day for disc golf. We had more people than we had previous weeks. I think we had 31 people. We had one kid play Cali. Let's see. We played the J South layout, which holes 1 through 11, 30 through 36. Justin Zanchelli came out again and took another first place finish, so he's kind of crushing it early in the season in the points championship. He was also the winner of the championship last year, so hopefully some people can reel him in before he gets too much of a lead. He played with Joe DeSkulka, so that's a pretty strong team. Jay Molloy came out and played. He's a classic Stephen P. Wallace guy. A bunch of other regulars. Was this the week? Let's see, where's his name on here? Hang on one second. Yeah, so there was a guy there, an older gentleman from Vermont, and I get to the parking lot and I start getting set up, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Is there like a league or something going on?" The dude is wearing boat shoes, no socks, and he's wearing jeans.
That's my favorite disc golfer, man.
I fucking hate those guys because they come out and crush. I'm like, why is this old guy, and he's not even wearing socks, he's wearing jeans, and he's just out here like killing it. Doesn't make any sense. I'm wearing like my Gore-Tex Adidas shoes. I'm making sure I'm wearing sweatpants so just in case I got to stretch out or lean, I can do something. So anyways, yeah, he stuck around and played with us. I think he said he normally plays like in the 60 plus division, so he's at least 60 years old. He's wearing jeans and boat shoes, and he had like a crazy forehand, like just smooth. He was like juicing him out there 300 plus feet. So it was really fun for him to come out and play.
Did he have a bag?
He had a bag with a few discs in it. Classic. I don't know, he probably had 8 discs on him. But anyways, we played J South. Hole 35 was cash CTP, and it was split between 2 Chads. Chad Mendriza, the brother of Blaine Iron Dies Mendriza, and Chad Larson. They apparently were both 40 feet away, so they split the cash CTP. And another week where I thought that no one was going to get the birdie bank, Andrew Teague, AT, local J Park guy, and Brian Monahan, one half of Camel Case Corey. They birdied holes 2, 3, and 33 to take the birdie bank. There was another tie for last cash, so money got donated to the Ace Pot. We're at $76. I haven't really thought about it, but I feel like I'm going to have to seriously think about, am I going to cap Ace Pots at the league? I really don't want to see it get to $800 or $1,000. I'd rather see it kind of pay up before then, but anyways, it's something I got to think about some more as the league progresses. Hopefully someone hits an ace before it gets too crazy.
I think everybody but Mike has shared their opinion on that, right? We talked about the capping of the ace pots.
Yeah, we definitely have.
What are your thoughts, Mike?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Okay, so I might be a little biased because the 2 times I hit an ace pot were like in tournaments or a league, and they were pretty up there. Like one was 300, one was 400. So, I mean, Corey, what's your like thought behind capping it? Wouldn't it be a bigger draw for people to come out if the pot was higher?
Well, that's one of the pros. Yeah. If I'm trying to have more people come to league, then higher ace pots definitely attract that. It's a lot of money to handle sometimes.
He doesn't want to get jumped in the backwoods of Ravina with $1,000 on it.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know. I guess I got to sit down and actually think about it and think of pros and cons of both sides. And because I know it's a pretty common topic is capping of ace pots. And I'm not really too concerned about people trying to snipe ace pots. Like if someone comes to J Park when we're playing whatever layout and that was the first time they were there and they hit the ace pot, well, good for them.
Yeah, my feeling is if they hit an ace, they earn it. Congratulations, you paid into it just like everyone else did.
Yeah.
What about the idea that the next person gets $20?
So I think when I started the league this year, the ace pot started at 0. If the ace pot is, multi hundreds of dollars, I might carry at least a part of it over. Or I also thought about had the donated discs that I sell at league or whatever for donations of $5 or more. I thought about using some of that money to prop up the ace pot to fund the doubles league, which is where most of the money comes from. But also at the end of the year, we always have Danny Parton's skills competition. So there's different ways of not just paying out the entire $1,000 ace pot.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, what are the odds two people hit an ace back-to-back weeks or the same week? So yeah, it might be a lower ace pot, but I don't know. I feel like if you pay in and, the pot is the pot, it just keeps growing. But I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I can go either way, but I'm leaning more toward just keeping it growing. It just drives more people to the league, I think.
I would agree. And especially if some people are like, oh, well, I paid more into this ace pot, blah, blah, blah. It's what'd you put in, $15? It wasn't really that big of a deal that the ace went for 15 weeks and it got to $1,000 and you're out $15 because you're just pissed that somebody else got the money and not you,
Yeah, I agree with that because when I hit the ace at DisCap Club, I had went once in the 2 years and I canned it on hole 4 and took $280. And a couple of my buddies were like, yeah, it must be nice to show up and just take the ace pot. Dude, I threw the shot, I mean, what do you want? I wonder if I'm the only person to ever ace at a tournament and come in dead last in your division, which I did at the Battle of Saratoga 2 years ago when I aced one and came in dead last. So
that's usually the rounds that you get an ace in, the dog shit rounds. You can't even be pissed off at it because you got an ace. You can't just be mad at the round and move on. You gotta oh yeah, the round sucked, but I got an ace.
Yeah, and then they're like, what'd you finish? And I'll be like, we're not going to talk about that.
This beat Club Year 2. They played Central Park, Schenectady, White Tees, 18 holes. Third place, Mark Stryker. Second place, Kevin Kroenke. Mark Stryker with 3 points, Kevin Kroenke with 4 points. And your winner, Ray Vaca, had 5 points. Top 5 overall, Mark Stryker in 5th with 14 points. Jordan Johns in 4th with 16 points. Greg Kurtz in 3rd with 18.5 points. John Steffen in 2nd with 19 points. And Kevin Kroenke in 1st place with 22 points. And then on Friday, Jess Lasasso had Disc Golf Journey League at J Park. Alex, what was the layout?
So we did front 9 blues, back 9 whites for Jay West.
Why don't you tell us about your round, Alex?
Sure. I played with fellow podcast host Jason Lasasso and Pat Keenan. Who was our 4th? Why am I blanking on
Gannon?
4th? Gannon, right. Tyler Gannon. Yeah, super nice guy, lefty. For some reason, I didn't know he was a lefty, but played well. I tried to convince the whole family to come out because, it's one of my favorite layouts. And I figured it was going to be warm. It wasn't going to be too bad. And then we got there and the wind was absolutely insane. It was very unpleasant and very cold because of the wind. Despite being 50 degrees out, it was feeling like 25. Yeah, I had an okay round, a couple of stupid double bogeys like I always do. But yeah, not too bad. The real thing I was excited about was when I came in from finishing our round, Jess Lasasso was like, your sister is doing really well. So I pulled up the thing and she was provisionally rated 875 or something like that, which is really, really good. I think she's currently rated 750. So, or possibly even closer to 700. I'm not sure. But obviously she's improved a lot since her last ratings update. So she managed the wind really well and shot +6 or +9, somewhere in that general range. But yeah, absolutely crushed it. Played really well. So had to brag about that for a little bit.
And just to clarify, is that Dell is the best pots, Alex equals Stinky?
Yes, that is the same Dell that we are talking about.
Is that also the same sister that beat me by 3 strokes?
I guess so. Yeah, she played well.
We would have tied if it weren't for hole 9.
Yeah. Looks like it's been marked down a little bit to 854, but still really, really good round. Almost 150 points above her rating.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you about my hole 5 real quick, or hole 9.
Sure.
Corey, that's the one that ends in OB in the woods, all wide open until then? The last one before you cross the road?
No, that's 13.
13, okay.
It used to be.
Yeah.
It is old hole 9, but we don't use old hole numbers around here.
Okay, so hole 13. My first one couldn't have gone 100 feet. I throw it right into the ground. So then I went OB. Just on the not even a bad OB, just the last 2 feet of the roll.
Yeah, it was a rough, like it was a big skip into another extra 5 feet of roll, which really killed you.
If I was throwing my T-Bird, I would have said, oh, there's no way, but I threw a destroyer. So just backing up Mike's that I should keep mine out of my bag too. But
I don't throw a destroyer either.
Light G-Star, that's what you need to throw. I can flip that, but other than that, no.
So I ended up taking a 7 on that, which is, yeah. Everything else, I think I just had about 5 or 6 other just easy bogeys. Mike, you played as well, right? How'd that go?
I played all right. Honestly, I limited my mistakes. I only took single bogeys. It was weird because J Park and me have a very volatile relationship. The holes that I usually par, I bogeyed, and the holes that I usually bogey, I parred. I only had 2 birdies, 14 and 31, which are 2 of the shorter ones. I missed a couple. The one shot that really stands out to me is on 11. It's the short little one over the field. You know, the basket's like a little, little elevated. I threw my shot and it went left like most shots do there. And I'm like, I'm just going to pitch up and take my par. So I threw my gator because I was kind of like pinched off by the tree there. So I had to kind of like go around it a little bit. Try to pitch up. It hit a rock, rolled all the way down by 12's basket, basically. So instead of taking a drop in par, I ended up bogeying. So that was a little disheartening. But other than that, I mean, I played smart golf, just par stuff. Anything inside the circle I made, but there was a couple of bonehead putts. There was like a 8-footer that I was just tapping in and I hit cage and that would have been a drop in birdie and ended up being a par. But other than that, I mean, it still was like 8 to 10 above my rating, so I can't really complain, but I really like that league a lot.
I try to make it out when I can. It's a fun one. Anybody else do anything? Play any other rounds that we didn't talk about?
Not too exciting, but we did open up the Stony Kill weekly doubles this past Wednesday.
Okay.
It rained on us. It was cold. Not much to tell other than that. Nobody shot insane. A lot of really close scores. Not a lot to tell.
We played a Sunday Tag League match. I threw together one on Easter. We played Central Park. I had Mike Schwartz help me. He made a custom layout. We did blue odds and white evens. Just because my selfish reasons, I like 11's tee shot, the blue better than the white. So that's what we did there. There was 8 of us that showed up. So it was fun. I mean, it was pretty good conditions.
You guys got time for a quiz?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm in.
Mike, do you want to pick one person and go first or pick 2 people and go last or second?
I'll go second.
So who do you want on your team?
Really gonna make me choose? There's one person?
No, you can pick. Well, what I'm saying is if you pick one person, you go first. But if you pick 2 people, you go second.
Oh, I'll just take one person.
Okay.
Pat, I'm gonna pick you.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'll go with Jaimen.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that was just, honestly, I literally just put names in a hat real quick, just so you guys know.
I like it.
Random.org.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just updating last week's board. It was Mark and Randy.
Crushing it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we got Mike and Jaimen versus Alex, Corey, and Randy. Mike and Jaimen, I got 3 categories.
What?
Oh my god, I already set up my board.
The first 2 that get picked, eliminate the third one. The third one I'll just use next week or something. I just had a particularly bad disc or no disc week, so I went overboard. But honestly, I think the questions might be worse. But we'll see.
Oh no, that's exciting.
We shall see. Mike and Jaimen, category 1, category 2, or category 3?
What do you want to go with, Mike?
We'll go with Derek Jeter. We'll go 2.
All right.
Question 1, category 2. The Welch's Company had its corporate headquarters in what Massachusetts town? The Welch's Company has its corporate headquarters in what Massachusetts town?
I think it's Concord.
That's what I was going to say, too. Let's go with it.
Is the Concord a disc?
That's a pretty bad disc name.
No, I would say no.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Aren't you guys saying it wrong, though? Isn't it more like Concord?
Concord? Concord?
Concord?
There's an E. Randy, say Concord quick. Don't think about it.
Concord.
There you go.
I'm sorry, what, disc or no disc?
I'm going to say
No
no
disc.
disc.
You are correct.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought they were going to get tripped up by the flight of the Concords.
Me too. I was thinking about the plane, and I was like, "That's a good name."
Yeah,
I like that.
Fine.
Yeah, I thought about a plane category, but maybe this is it.
Great category now.
Alex, Corey, Randy, category 1, 2, or 3. You can pick 2, but that means they get to pick the, you know what I mean?
I say
Right.
3 because we don't normally have a 3.
Yeah, let's get wild. Go 3.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right, category 3. Question 1. In the Middle Ages, a young man first served as a page and then as what on his way to becoming a knight? In the Middle Ages, a young man first served as a page and then as what on his way to becoming a knight?
So
I'm
the
thinking
Squire.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, good answers.
Same time.
I know you two dorks would have got this one. Squire.
You guys go with that?
Yeah.
Is the Squire a disc?
Maybe.
I like it. I kind of like it. I'm leaning towards yes.
I could see it being like an approach disc or something like that.
I mean, we've been fooled on West Side before.
That's true.
So it's possible.
Say yes.
I'm cool with it.
I'm good with yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
Dang it, no, it's not.
Ah,
I picked
Mike
the
and
right
Jaimen,
partner.
category 2 or category 3?
Go ahead, Jaimen. You pick this time.
Let's stay with the same category. Let's try 2.
Question 2, category 2. What term can be used to describe a violent downpour of rain or a type of movie file sent over the internet? What term can be used to describe a violent downpour of rain or a type of movie file sent over the internet?
Is that a wave? WAV? Oh, torrent. My bad.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You guys good?
That was almost bad. Yeah, I think it is torrent.
Is the torrent a disc?
Damn it.
Yeah, we would have had it if you didn't.
I went
Yeah.
the same way too, though. I was like, WAV. Like,
It is a disc, but
Yeah, I think I've heard of this disc. I think it is a disc.
yeah, I was gonna say I think it's a DGA, but I'm not sure. That fits into their scheme though.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think
right,
Cole
let's go with
Redallen throws it actually, or did.
Oh, there you go. He's DGA.
I think you mean Disc Golf Association, March 25th, 2014.
Oh, I only say the first names, not the. I know the whole name. I just know.
Alex, Corey, and Randy, what category? 2 or 3?
I don't have a read on 2 yet.
You have a read on
Yes.
3 after only one question? You know, one dot doesn't make a
I
line.
mean, obviously I don't have a read on 3.
Let's go 3.
I'm good with 3.
All right. Question 2, category 3. In 1924, North Carolina's Trinity College was endowed by a tobacco magnate and changed its name to what? In 1924, North Carolina's Trinity College was endowed by a tobacco magnate and changed its name to what?
Well, I don't think I know this one.
Well, tobacco magnate.
USA Gold. I don't know. Like, should I just start listing off like cigarette companies? I
I mean, that's all I can think of doing.
can't imagine it's Camel or
Marlboro.
Camel's the only one that's like maybe a mascot, though, for a team. I don't know.
not Newport.
The Newport.
Honestly, Newport sounds like the most college
That's actually
name
not
like
terrible.
thing. Do we have anything that sounds like a Squire?
Philip Morris. Can you say the question one more time, Pat?
In 1924, North Carolina's Trinity College was endowed by a tobacco magnate and changed its name to what? We have about 10 seconds.
What, Randy? What?
Liberty? Like, Liberty's a college. I don't know what place it is now.
Sure, yeah, Liberty.
I got nothing. I'm good with that.
Randy, you good?
Yeah.
I know you came up with it. I just like to confirm. What do you think, Mike and Jaimen?
All right. First off, Kate Clay went to Liberty,
Oh,
which is
I
in
know.
Virginia. So,
Oh, I did not.
do you have any guesses, Mike?
I don't. I was gonna say maybe Duke.
Yeah, that's my only guess. That's the only college in North Carolina I know that's not named North Carolina.
Yeah. There's University of North Carolina. I'm gonna say Duke.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Is the Duke a disc?
Nice.
Yeah, it's it makes
We were
sense.
baited by the tobacco part.
Yep.
Yeah.
hmm
The Duke.
Is Duke a disc? I think it is. Actually, I don't know. There's a company out of like England that's making disc names, and that sounds like a very British name.
I mean, I'll go with whatever you think because I don't have really any inkling on this one.
I'm also very bad at this. Just
A little information I could have used before I picked you, but it's fine.
but then nobody would ever pick me.
No, we're crushing it right now. I'm gonna say it's not a disc.
Okay. All right, let's go with not a disc.
Disc Golf UK Limited, February 13th, 2019.
We're playing with house money on that one. It's all right.
That's fine.
Because it is your turn. Category 2 or 3?
What do you want?
We'll go with Babe Ruth 3.
Question 3, category 3. Originally, what term for a tyrant or absolute ruler referred to an honorary title applied to a Byzantine emperor? Originally, what term for a tyrant or absolute ruler referred to an honorary title applied to a Byzantine emperor?
Wasn't a savant?
A savant? I thought a savant was somebody who's like really, really good at something.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought
I was gonna say
it sounded
czar,
good. Tsar. Okay.
but I don't. That's like a Russian thing.
Can
I
you
don't
say
know
it
if it
one
has
more
any.
time?
Originally, what term for a tyrant or absolute ruler referred to an honorary title applied to a Byzantine emperor?
I mean, I would say Czar would be more of a better choice than mine. I mean, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah. I like Czar. I think it is a disc too, so it at least could make sense. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you
we'll
think,
go Czar.
Alex, Corey, and Randy?
Oh, man.
Wasn't Sar an answer on a previous week?
I didn't want to say that.
Well, yeah, you
but-
shouldn't say it, Pat. That didn't give it away.
I'm glad somebody listens, Corey.
Things have been used more than once.
Absolutely, Jaimen. Yes, 100%. But that's really close. That's the only. I try to keep it below episode 100 at this point. Like anything before pre-100.
Oh, okay.
Can I hear the question one more time?
Originally, what term for a tyrant or absolute ruler referred to an honorary title applied to a Byzantine emperor?
Byzantine emperor.
It's like Suleiman, Ottomans.
Corey shopping at IKEA.
Come on, Randy.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I keep thinking emperor, but emperor's in the question.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really disappointed if I don't come up with this one, I think.
You got about 20 seconds.
You ain't got nothing going, Alex? Nothing brewing?
I mean, I have things that are coming up in my head, but they don't make
So
sense.
just start spitting them out.
Well, Caesar was the
Don't
first
like it.
thought, but that's
No, we
yeah,
already.
I mean, it's already been an answer like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Probably the same week that Czar was.
Yeah, right.
Same week as Pharaoh, probably.
It wasn't Sultan. That was also an answer already.
No, that was the only one I was thinking. But Byzantine is pre-Ottoman, so it wouldn't be,
Right.
not to go too deep.
It wouldn't be Sheik.
Or is it? No, it wouldn't be.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Byzantine was like Greekish. Any
Yeah.
Greek words?
Oh, damn it. I hate myself.
So long 20 seconds, Pat.
King.
5 seconds. Thank you.
What do you
Mike.
say, Randy?
I said king, kind of sarcastically.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with Prime Minister, Pat.
You guys go with that?
Yep.
Sure.
We're looking for despot.
Okay, that's not. I am not disappointed in myself. I take that back.
That is my favorite sound in trivia. Oh.
Like you learned something.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, I could have figured that out. That's the sound.
Yeah, given infinite time, I might have figured that out because I've definitely heard that term before. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have connected it. I don't think.
No, I made that noise thinking like I've heard that word before. Like that's it.
Nah.
That was a steal, though. So you guys, what category, 2 or 3?
Out of curiosity, was it a disc?
Oh, no, the despot is not a disc.
I would not mind going over to 2.
2?
Yeah, I
Let's
think
mix it up.
I think I would be more likely to get 2.
All right. Question 3, category 2. Arnie Cunningham's car, the Jealous and Deadly Christine, is what appropriately model Plymouth? Arnie Cunningham's car, the Jealous and Deadly Christine, is appropriately what model Plymouth?
Corey?
I don't know anything about the first part, but Plymouth.
Yeah, what are iconic Plymouth models?
Would that be a Barracuda, a Plymouth, Duster, a Plymouth Horizon, a Plymouth Laser, Plymouth
Rock.
Plymouth Rock? Yep, SpongeBob drove that in one of the episodes, I think.
Christine, can I hear the question one more time? Sorry.
Arnie Cunningham's car, the Jealous and Deadly Christine, is appropriately what model Plymouth?
Christine, that's the Stephen King novel, right? Anybody want to back me up on that?
No, I literally
I don't
no
read books.
idea.
Yeah, Corey, think back to all the Stephen King
The
novels.
only thing I've ever read in the past 10 years is Harbor Freight coupon books.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know how to match it up to the rest of that.
I mean, so far Concord and Torrent they're things that go fast. That's all I've got. So what's a Plymouth car with a name that also goes fast?
I don't know any Plymouth models. So if you know a Plymouth model, say it. And
I've overthought it now, and now I can't even think straight to think if Plymouth Barracuda. I don't think it was a Plymouth Barracuda, and I feel like an idiot for saying it. I don't know my Plymouth, man. They didn't survive for a reason.
10 seconds.
yeah, so
Say it.
we got a haunted car. It, like angry names. What do we got?
A Barracuda.
Do it.
Sure.
What do you think, Mike and Jaimen?
You have any ideas, Mike?
I really honestly don't. Obviously, I'm thinking that film was probably before my time.
I'm really bad at movies and car names, so
It was borderline before my time.
Okay.
can I hear the question one more time?
Certainly. Arnie Cunningham's car, the Jealous and Deadly Christine, is appropriately what model Plymouth?
Jealous and deadly. Is it the Plymouth Murderer? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I mean, I'll go with whatever you think because honestly, if I got this, then I definitely would be cheating, and I have no idea. So
Yeah, let's go with the Plymouth Rock because Pat kind of suggested it.
yeah, I'm okay with that. Plymouth Rock.
Rock is a disc.
We're looking for the Plymouth Fury.
Yeah.
Latitude 64, April 19th, 2013. All right, 5-1, halfway through. Mike and Jaimen over Alex, Corey, and Randy.
Yikes.
Mike and Jaimen, what category, 2 or 3?
Stay with 2.
Yeah, we can stay with 2.
Let's roll with it.
All right, question 4, category 2. When a storm reaches hurricane strength, an eye appears in the covering shield of what clouds, from Latin for curl? When a storm reaches hurricane strength, an eye appears in the covering shield of what cloud, from Latin for curl?
I'm going to pass this to Jaimen because I have no idea. My first inkling would be cyclone, but I don't think those are clouds. I don't think a cyclone is a cloud.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like different cloud names. Sirius is one of them. Cumulus, yeah.
Stratus, right? Isn't Stratus cloud?
Oh, yeah, I think. I don't know. They all sound good to me. The first one I thought of is Sirius, but that's because that's the only one that I could think of. Pat's going to remind me how shit my memory is when I've been asked this question 8 times.
Well, let's think of disc names. Like, is there any disc names that we...
The Stratus is a disc. I think the Sirius might be a disc as well. I like Stratus, though.
Let's go with Stratus.
I don't know if that's even close to right, but let's go with it.
Stratus.
What do you think, Alex, Corey, and Randy?
We tried.
That's all we can do.
Mets lost 5-0 in extra innings. How is that possible? I'm sorry.
Oof.
This does kind of seem like another car model category. And Mike did just say Sirius, right? Or Cirrus?
Cirrus.
Cirrus is what I had in my head, but they were saying Sirius.
Cirrus was a car back in the...
And I'm pretty sure it's a cloud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that as an answer.
I'm happy with that.
I'm cool with it, yeah.
Cirrus.
Is the Cirrus a disc?
I am pretty confident it is a disc.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, no.
You fucking Alex.
no.
God damn it.
But you were all confident enough that I'm double checking.
Probably spelled like 8 different ways or something. I don't know.
That's true. If it were serious, though, that wouldn't count. But no, Alex, you're absolutely right. But I don't have the time right now to go through every.
Oh yeah, I
just thinking with the.
I'm probably thinking of a different disc anyway. So
well, the good news is that was a steal, so that was a free point, and you get to pick the next category, 2 or 3.
I still like 2 better than 3. I think.
Stick with the car models. Yeah.
happy with
Even
2.
though all the car models have been like things that died out in the 90s or before then.
Which is exactly your garage, dude.
Okay, yeah, no, you got me there.
Wow.
If I could own every piece of shit 90s vehicle, I would.
As long as it's not a Ford.
As long as it's not a Ford, that's correct.
Yeah.
Question 5, category 2. A poisonous sawtooth spine on its tail gives what sea creature its name? Poisonous sawtooth spine on its tail gives what sea creature its name?
Stingray?
Stingray's a car.
That's a car too, yeah.
Yeah, but the disc
Corey
is like way too obvious. Do stingrays actually have a sawtooth spine?
I mean, that's how they got
on their tail that killed Steve
Why
Irwin.
can't I think of his name?
Yeah.
Did he say on a tail?
He said on his tail.
Okay. I mean, Stingray is more of like a model of a Corvette than like an actual... Oh, yeah, sure, Stingray.
Okay.
I'm happy with Stingray.
Is the Stingray a disc?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it definitely is. They even come in Halo. I have one.
I got an
Innova,
EX
right?
one with
Yeah.
a hole in it.
Innova Champion Discs, January 1st, 1987. Corey, I haven't done all the classics yet. Mike and Jaimen, what do you got?
Want to try the other one?
Yeah, let's do 3.
Steve Irwin was the person I was thinking of.
Oh, you didn't hear Randy say that?
R.I.P.
Randy
Yeah, I said it.
I completely missed it. I was
Oh,
too
good.
focused on myself not being able to remember it.
I miss him every day.
So what category?
3.
Yeah.
All right. Question 4, category 3. From the Latin for greatest, what form of address was introduced for British royalty by the narcissistic King Richard II? From the Latin for greatest, what form of address was introduced for British royalty by the narcissistic King Richard II?
What?
I think it's grace.
That's a type of... Oh, address.
Yeah, like how to address them.
Oh, I thought it was a space dress.
Like, is it address?
What form of address?
Address them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to say grace.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. That's way better than anything I was going to come up with because I was thinking up
And the
of like
Grace
dresses.
is a disc, so I would say Grace.
I like it.
What do you think, Alex, Corey, Randy?
Oh, really? That's wrong?
I thought that was
Wow.
perfect.
Yeah, I thought it was good
No,
too.
no easy stingray answer.
You're great.
Can I hear the question again?
From the Latin for greatest, what form of address was introduced for British royalty by the narcissistic King Richard II?
Latin for greatest. Is it like majesty?
I like that. I like that as an answer. Latin for
I mean,
greatest.
we got your highness, we got your majesty. What else do you call a king?
I mean, your grace would have been a good answer too.
I know, it was a great
You guys
answer.
don't know, like, how do you? What's like greatest in Spanish or Italian or French?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. I guess we're going with your Majesty then. Majesty.
Is the Majesty a disc?
Oh,
Wow.
thanks, Mike.
Got there. Is the Majesty a disc? It sounds like one of Discmania's discs that they put names on, but I'm not sure about that.
I don't think I know it as a disc, but it's like a fun disc name.
Yeah, it's a disc.
Discmania, November 27th, 2020.
Yeah, and the
Got
only reason
there.
why I know the
Wow.
Your Grace thing is because of Game of Thrones. So now I'm writing a letter to that director because like that was too easy.
That was a steal. So you guys, Alex, Corey, and Randy, you're what category?
I still like the cars better.
Yeah, let's go with cars.
We only got one question left in the cars.
That's what I like to hear.
Question 6, category 2. What compact car was sold by Pontiac from 2002 to 2010 shares its name with a hip-hop magazine founded by Quincy Jones? What compact car that was sold by Pontiac from 2002 to 2010 shares its name with a hip-hop music magazine founded by Quincy Jones?
Pontiac compact car from 2002 to 2010.
Is it like Edge or something?
Well,
Oh, my
the first
goodness.
thing, compact car, like G5, G6, that would be a dumb disc name. Damn it.
Yeah, and magazine name.
Damn it. Pontiacs are supposed to be my thing. Compact Pontiac.
Got about 20 seconds.
Can you say the question one more time, then, in that 20 seconds?
What compact car that was sold by Pontiac from 2002 to 2010 shares its name with a hip-hop magazine founded by Quincy Jones? 10 seconds.
A hip hop magazine, Pontiac. Wouldn't it be Grand Am? They didn't sell those into 2010. What's a Chevy compact car?
9, 8, 7.
5 seconds.
Cavalier.
About the Kia Soul.
Damn it.
What you got?
I got nothing.
G5. G5.
You guys good with that?
Sure.
No, but sure.
What do you think, Mike and Jaimen?
It's a vibe, and Hooligan makes it because I throw it.
Ooh.
Nice.
The vibrator. Damn it.
Pontiac vibe because I used to sell them. They used to come in on trade all the time because they always broke down. So vibe, final answer. Don't even need to ask my partner.
That's good. I would just lead you astray.
Is the vibe a disc?
Yes, it is. Hooligan makes it. It's 11-5 negative 2-2.
When did they make it?
It's 2 years ago. 2000, I'm going to say 22.
December 20th, 2021.
2021, okay.
So very close to 22.
Tyler Calzada has a 5-speed Pontiac vibe, and I told him if he ever wants to get rid of it, to let me know.
What's the glide on that?
Yeah.
It's probably pretty slow. It's probably a pretty slow speed disc.
All right, final round. Mike and Jaimen just took the lead 7-6. Category 3, question 5. The person in charge of public safety in Red River, New Mexico shares what title with Wild Bill Hickok, who held the position in 1871, Abilene, Kansas? The person in charge of public safety in Red River, New Mexico shares what title with Wild Bill Hickok, who held the position in 1871, Abilene, Kansas?
Is this our
Whoa.
question?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that comes to my mind, I don't think is like Admiral, but I don't know.
I'm going to say no. I think New Mexico is landlocked. There's a connection between the Abilene, Kansas, and Red River thing.
I'm going to let you think this one out because I have no idea.
Yeah. Can we hear the question one more time, Pat?
The person in charge of public safety in Red River, New Mexico, shares what title with Wild Bill Hickok, who held the position in 1871, Abilene, Kansas?
Whoa.
It's not deputy, is it?
Deputy of safety? Deputy?
I'm just throwing out discs that I
Yeah,
know.
no, yeah. I kind of like it. I like deputy. That I could be. Yeah. Want to go with that?
It's up to you. I'm good with it, but
Yeah, deputy sounds good.
What do you think, Alex, Corey, Randy?
yeah, I knew it was wrong.
Gotta be the
Fine.
sheriff,
Try.
right?
I want to go sheriff
That's
because
what
I
was
bag
go-
one.
I was there the whole way.
Yeah, that was what I was
Sheriff
thinking
was what I
too,
was
but it
thinking.
almost seems too obvious. But then again,
I feel like that's happened in the last 100 episodes.
so it sounds like sheriff. Because I just want to hear Jaimen's reaction to when he said, "Is sheriff a disc?"
The Marshall.
Oh,
Marshall.
damn
we were all in the vicinity.
Yeah.
They're
Dynamic
close.
Discs,
They're
March
close.
2nd, 2016.
All right.
Final
Quick
question,
question.
for potentially the win. Alex, Corey, and Randy down 7-6. What was the title of the 2006 solo album by Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas? What was the title of the 2006 solo album by Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas?
That's all we get, huh?
Come on, Randy.
Is Fergalicious?
Dude, I was gonna say the same thing. That's what I was gonna say.
All right. So we got titles. We're looking for royalty. Could be Queen.
Yeah, she had that London Bridge song, so I was sort of thinking Queen. But
Yeah.
What are other like female titles that it could be?
Boss.
Empress.
Empress, yeah.
Not to put any pressure on you guys, but I know this because my stepsister had the album.
Oh yeah, your stepsister. Yeah, okay. I did have the first two Black Eyed Peas album, but I cannot say that I ever bought the solo Fergie album.
Got about 20 seconds.
I mean, Queen is an answer.
I know we just said sheriff. I feel like Queen is too on the
Yeah.
nose.
There's got to be other like female names, female like royalty names I can think of, like Baroness.
That wouldn't.
Oh, Duchess.
That wouldn't sell albums.
Duchess is better than Baroness.
Duchess, Queen.
Princess. I think I like Duchess most
Me too. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, Duchess for the loss.
This is for the tie.
for the tie.
What are you going with?
Duchess.
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 They would be right.
Is the Duchess.
Wow.
Got there.
Wow.
Thanks, Mike's stepsister. Okay, so this is for the win then. Is the Duchess a
Yeah.
disc?
So is it a disc?
This trivia is
You
going down
know-
an ESPN Classic.
Was the Marshall a disc?
Yeah.
It was.
So I say no. I mean, no, wait, never mind.
I want to go
I
no.
don't know.
No, let's go no.
You like no?
Yeah, my instinct is no, just because I'm thinking of like, discs that are tailored towards women, and they got like the jade and the pearl and the ruby and stuff like that. But I can't think of like princess or duchess or anything like
Yeah,
that.
Duchess
so,
doesn't fit in West Side. It would be Princess if they were going to come out with another royalty one.
yeah, I'm happy with no.
No, it
You
is.
guys agree?
Yeah, I agree with no.
Disc Golf UK Limited, March 20th,
Dang it.
2019.
Came full circle.
Wow.
God damn it.
And so it is a tie.
I'll take the tie. That's better than a loss.
I got to start working on like a tiebreaker question, but I'm too late.
It's like kissing your stepsister.
Oh, you're the one that has the stepsister.
That's why I said it.
While listening to Duchess.
Yeah, you four guys are weird.
Well, because Sarah Ferguson was the Duchess of York, and Fergie, they both had the same nickname.
Oh.
The more you know.
Yeah. So thank you, Randy, Jaimen, Corey, Alex, and thanks for coming on, Mike, and Sweet Up Hudson.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
me.
Pat.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, usually when we go to my grandma's house for holidays, usually it's football that's on, but they don't play football on Easter, so the Yankees game was on.
This year. Wait till next year. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Oh, the Yankees were playing.
Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was.
They swept them too.
I haven't watched. Like, I don't watch baseball ever. Like, I probably watched one game in 5 years, and I probably really only watched like from inning 3 maybe to the end. So I'm not like watered down with how baseball used to be, but I know that those rules changes had happened, like the whole pitchers are on a pitch count and stuff like that. It seemed like it moved pretty quickly. Like, it was kind of nice. It was kind of actually enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Yep. No more 4 hours of baseball game.
That was the
Yeah, I
point.
don't know how anybody like.
That's why they
the only
changed
thing
it.
that might be worse than that is watching ball golf. If I had to guess, and like both sucked ass. Like, I don't know how anyone could sit there and watch that shit all day.
The NBA is unwatchable now.
Mm.
It's just in my opinion.
I got other reasons why I can't watch basketball, and that's because it's a league full of babies. I can't watch any sport where like flopping is a huge thing. Soccer, basketball, all that stuff. It just really pisses me off.